All right. Alim McNeill returning sooner than expected, man. This is big news. Great news. I'm going to bring you in a little bit of some details here about Alim McNeill, who's currently on the physical unable to perform list. As you are well aware, he tore his ACL December 15th, week 15th against the Buffalo Bills last season. Now, there's been little to no information about Alim McNeill to date and his progress. But what Alim McNeill just stated should give Lions fans a huge boost of confidence, both from a team defense perspective, as well as an Alim McNeill injury update about where he is now, where he expects to be. It's about what he said. We finally have something to be excited about and now talk about. So a couple of weeks back, when Sirius XM radio show attended the Detroit Lions training camp, Brad Holmes' interview, he mentioned that McNeill had the potential to come back earlier than expected. I don't think anyone really expected anything different to be said by Brad Holmes. You know, this is like the GM speak of saying, you know, this guy's going to get back early. We're expecting him back early. I think they say that about everybody, to be honest with you, every coach or every GM. And honestly, I don't think anyone really expected anything different after that statement was made as far as the timetable for Alim McNeill to be back on the football field. But then it was just reported that Alim McNeill is making significant strides in his recovery from the torn ACL. Again, typical news hype, right? Let's just pump it out there and get some clicks. But now McNeill himself has proffered up some promising updates just 2 days ago on August 4th. This was his quote. He says, "I'm doing great. I don't really call it rehab anymore. I'm in a spot now where I'm just training. I feel really good. Things are going good, so I can't complain. I feel great." End quote. This is huge. Now, I'm no doctor, but when someone is past the point of rehab, what does that mean? Right? You're still probably seeing the trainers. You still have to do some things with the trainers. I've been through plenty of rehab in my life. But to get past the point of rehab, you have to be feeling really good. You're able just to go about your day, do your business, do your workouts, and you don't feel like you're doing the small stuff anymore. You know, they ramp you up for several months. He's able to just get after it now. He can wake up and just get to work. This shift really indicates a significant improvement in his condition and readiness to return to the field. So here's the question that I'm going to answer for you today, or at least I'm going to try to answer for you, is why is Alim McNeill so important to this defense? And why does his statement matter? It's a simple question to answer, honestly. But you know me, I'm going to give you the elongated version with a lot of stats, analysis, and facts to back it all up. And that's what we're going to dive into right away when we bring in Tim Twentyman's article here. We're going to start with that first. So he says, watching Detroit's defense make play after play for most of Monday night's practice at the Meyer Performance Center, especially up front, made veteran defensive lineman Alim McNeill excited about his return to the field. Here's what Alim said. Defense looked good. They are flying around a little bit, getting upfield, and it's going to be fun when I join them, or rejoin them, as he should say, right? So a lot of good energy just coming out of that post alone. Not Post Malone, but that post all by itself, man, was a great post. Obviously, Mr. Twentyman had a lot to say, and I'm going to highlight some things that I went and just dug into. First of all, who the hell's Alim McNeill, right? Why is he so important to this team? Well, here's why. He emerged as a highly productive interior defender. Highly productive. And that was evidenced by his .56 PFF WAR grade over the last 3 seasons, which ranks him 16th among all interior defensive linemen in the league. Very impressive performance metrics. In 2023, he earned an overall grade of 88.5 from PFF, ranking him as the 6th highest graded defensive tackle in the NFL that year in 2023. Obviously, the year that we went to the NFC Championship game. Now, that season, he recorded 5 sacks and 34 pressures. Even before his injury in Week 15 versus the Buffalo Bills last season, McNeil maintained a very high level of play from 2023. He accumulated 45 pressures, which was 11 more than he had the season before, in less games, mind you. He had 3.5 sacks and a 79.6 overall defensive PFF grade, which was positioning him as the 13th best interior defensive lineman. So he was getting better, right? And he didn't even finish the season. His presence undoubtedly and significantly bolsters this Lions defensive line. Contributing to the ability of pressuring opposing quarterbacks, that's what Alim McNeil does. And disrupting the plays, he's very good at. Alim McNeil often gets double teamed, which means the guy to your left, Aiden Hutchinson or Pat O'Connor or Marcus Davenport, will be able to get some one-on-one looks. With DJ Reader in the game and Alim McNeil in the game, both of those guys are going to end up getting double looks, or a single and a chip, or a double and a chip. They command the presence of an offensive line to make sure they know where they are at all times. Now, there was a big offseason plan when, Alim McNeil's injured. It's going to be a while before he gets back. And to touch on when he's going to get back, it was stated that he would be back sometime end of October, early November, and now speculated he could be back as soon as the second week of October. So 1 to 2, 3 weeks further ahead of schedule than he was before, which is huge. Now, Brad Holmes and his plan this offseason with the Roy Lopez acquisition. Now, he's expected to play a vital role in maintaining consistent production while Alim McNeil was out, or sidelined, I should say. Now, Lopez has a nastiness to his game, and we've seen it, we've heard it, in judging by, the game tape and the early camp notes this season already. Lopez is a player that has been underutilized, to say the least, throughout his career so far. Why? Well, against the Lions last season, he gave Frank Ragnow fits, and not many players in the NFL have been able to do that, or given Ragnow such a hard time, I should say. Brad Holmes recognized that talent immediately and picked up the phone and made that happen in the offseason. I love how Brad does that. He's poaching players while we're playing the teams. He's focused on watching the other team and their players versus what we're doing. I'm sure he's doing both, but you get what I'm saying. So then we have DJ Reader. Now I'm getting to why Alim McNeil is so important. DJ Reader entering 2025 fully healthy, right? Had that quadriceps injury. Last year was the throwaway year that I call it, because that's a major injury, right? That's like an ACL, Achilles, pec. It's a big injury. It's a big man having to support that quad. So he's fully healthy, getting a full offseason here in training camp 2025. He had a career year last year. I know it doesn't sound like much, but 3 sacks. 3 sacks for DJ Reader. 13 stuffs in the run game, playing only 50% of the snaps. The crazy thing is, DJ had a down year comparatively to what he's done throughout his career. That's the crazy thing. And I'm going to go back and show you the first thing that popped up here with some of his stats. He was nowhere close to his capability last season. Nowhere close. But what I will tell you is this. Reader and McNeil combined for 6.5 sacks, 49 quarterback hurries, 65 total pressures. And that really underscored the collective impact that Alim McNeil has with this defense, and Reader and Alim McNeil playing together. So here's that little snapshot of Reader's career and why I'm saying that he was nowhere close to where he should have been last year, DJ Reader. Here's his PFF stats. Look at the bottom. I know it's kind of hard to read to the left, but 2024 is on the bottom. He had a 65.4 overall grade by PFF. Every year before that, the previous 4 years, he was above 80.8. 80.8, 87.3, 82.2. the 3 years before that. 2020, that was his other quad injury, I believe, that year where he missed a significant part of the season. In 2019, 86.7, 75.5, 79.2. In his rookie year, 68. So you can clearly see that DJ Reader was not having his best season last year, and now he's fully healthy. I think the absolute dog is about to come out of this guy. He knows that he is the leader of that defensive line, and he's got a young pup by the name of Tyleik Williams he has to get ready. But first, we'll touch on Levi Onwuzurike briefly, just to say that he was also a top 16 defensive tackle last season. Now, obviously, he was a big part of the plan before this knee injury. His career could be done. At least the season is done. But Levi Onwuzurike was a big part of the Lions defense heading into 2025. Then we have the rook, man, the young pup, Tyleik Williams, who absolutely had his best practice of camp so far on Monday night, which was a night practice. He had 2 sacks on Jared Goff in team periods, and he also made a number of nice plays in the run game. As reported by multiple outlets, his sacks were on bull rushes against Graham Glasgow and Christian Mahogany. Right back into Goff's lap, taking him down. Obviously, he didn't take him down in practice, but you know what I'm saying. Now, according to Tim Twentyman, when he and veteran edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson lined up together, they were a lot to handle, a big load to handle for opposing offenses. Our offensive line is really good, right? So if you've got Aiden on the left and Tyleik, playing left defensive tackle, and you're going up against Penei and Tate Ratledge, and that's a lot to handle, there's not many teams out there that have better football players than Penei Sewell and Tate Ratledge. Now, Williams' power on Monday night was on full display, obviously with the sacks, but he also showed very nimble feet. Initial quickness, he would cross the face of defenders, knock them off balance, and then let his power and push take over, again, according to Tim Twentyman. Playing this way this early as a rookie, tremendous. Like, you couldn't have asked for more this early in camp. And we shouldn't forget this fact, right? This guy is 330 pounds, 330. And he had a 10-yard split of 174. Aiden Hutchinson's 10-yard split, 176, I believe. I should tell you something. Could be wrong on that. Might have to double check me on that. Now, obviously, the emergence of Tyleik and the presence of veteran players like Marcus Davenport, DJ Reader, Aiden Hutchinson, Pat O'Connor, it's going to position this Lions defensive line to be a force to be reckoned with this season, with real potential to take games over. And when Alim McNeill gets back, I mean, that's a whole nother level that is going to get unlocked for this defense. So to answer the question, why is Alim McNeill so important to this defense? And why does his statement that he's no longer in rehab, that he's training, why is that so important? Well, the defensive line ranked 4th in the NFL with 132 pressures from the interior defensive unit last season, trailing only Denver, Seattle, and the Philadelphia Eagles. And we know where the Philadelphia Eagles ended up in the Super Bowl. This statistic highlights the unit's effectiveness in disrupting opposing offenses. The Lions' defensive line is evolving into one of the most talented defensive units in the entire league. That is why his statement and his readiness to get back to the team is so important. This positive health update on McNeil signals a promising outlook, not only for the defense that aims to be a very key component to the Lions' success this season, but his return will allow the Lions to unleash a more complete and aggressive defensive strategy, potentially elevating their status as Super Bowl contenders in 2025. Stop the run, you win a lot of football games. The combination of McNeill's proven performance, the emergence of new talent like Tyleik Williams, and Marcus Davenport showing out like crazy, and of course Aiden Hutchinson and his health, everything is pointing to this defensive line as being one of the most significant assets to a team in recent history, and especially for the Detroit Lions in their pursuit of the Lombardi Trophy. Alim McNeill, man, no longer training or no longer in rehab, excuse me. He's training, expected to be back earlier than expected. And that's all for this video. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Would certainly appreciate it. Give us a shot. We're giving away training camp jackets. We're giving away mini helmets all season long like we do every year. Last year, we gave over 60 of these things away. And I want to give away 60 more. Every 100 subscribers, we're giving one away. Training camp tickets. I have some for August 14th, but how about some tickets to the Detroit Lions? As soon as we hit 10,000 subscribers, somebody is going to win some tickets to a game. Subscribe today. Thank you for watching Rockhound Detroit Lions. Take care. Go in pride. Go Detroit Lions. We'll see you guys.